Hey, it's time for another update on Sycamore Down. Over the last week, things have been pretty busy. After watching the last devlog around 10 times, I realized that I've been spending way too much time having fun in Blender and not enough time not having fun in Visual Studio. Writing scripts and running into errors is a crucial part of making a game, so I figured it was time for me to take a step out of La La Land and take a step back into the real world where everything is ruled by code. The first thing I decided to do was make a new function that would display a mouse icon whenever the player hovered over any interactable objects. I did this because I changed the interact key from E to just clicking the mouse, which I think is just a lot more fluid with the game. But whenever I'm writing that on screen, saying press mouse 1 doesn't really work very well, I feel like. So I had to come up with a new way to let the player know how to interact with that object. So what I came up with was this little mouse icon that would just pop up on the screen whenever you're looking at something. I thought it was pretty straightforward, but after spending like a day looking at it, I really thought it was just the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So I scrapped the entire idea and I changed it to just saying like grab key and just recolored it to use on a separate loading screen. That will hopefully convey the game's movement and interactions in a very informative and hard to miss way. I'm throwing it in your face as soon as the game starts. One of the biggest issues I had displaying this game to the public last year was people not being able to figure out how to move around, which honestly to me it's very straightforward. I've been playing video games my whole life. I know that WASD in the mouse is how you move around. If it's not WASD, it's going to be the arrow keys, one of the two. But there were a lot of people that were walking by moving the mouse around, which would move the view, but not realizing how to move the player. So it's just something that needed change. Other than messing around with that mouse icon and cleaning up some scripts, I spent a lot of time creating promotional art for the game. I think towards the end of the video you can see me start on a poster that has the mascot sitting against like a backdrop of campus. That is absolutely not good. I am not using it for anything. I'm not sure what I was thinking when I made it. The only reason I don't like it really is because the text isn't centered, and I started noticing it after I merged every layer, so I can't really go in and fix that. I work on this game most nights, and I really don't decide what I want to tackle until I'm sitting there in the moment in front of my computer with everything open. But I think it would be a nice change of pace to do a little bit of work on the intro scene and maybe just show that off a little bit more. I know for a fact I need to do some adjustments to audio, so I'll probably just start off with that and making sure everything is at the right level. But then I'll get into my normal mode of looking around for anything that is an issue, and I'll probably make a bunch of changes. But yeah, hopefully that'll give you guys an opportunity to see a little bit more of that. But yeah, that'll do it for me on this week's progress report. Again, I was pretty busy with just life stuff going on, but make sure to stick around because I've got a lot of other stuff cooking up, and I don't think you'll want to miss out on it.